Dave Matthews Band will be the 2009 college football featured band all season long, including songs from their new album Big Whiskey and the group Ruck's King. Right now the Canes are king by 4 as we're almost set to start the third quarter. After a late touchdown drive by Miami, they've got the halftime lead. And Christian Ponder with really the only mistake made by either quarterback with the interception by Randy Phillips in the end zone that stopped a Florida State drive that could have given them the possible lead at halftime. Miami to kick to open up the third quarter. And it'll go down to the 10-yard line. Greg Reed, the freshman, still on his feet. Across the 35 and out to the 40-yard line. That's what they love about that kid. There's going to be a flag fly in on top of things, I think.
That's the kicker who makes the tackle, and then he throws him down on the Florida State sideline. I mean, not too smart.
Reed got victimized a little bit on that late scoring drive by the Canes when he was playing in the secondary as a nickelback. He just made up for it with a long kick return, and they're going to tack 15 more on this as Florida State's going to be in Miami territory. Here's the call.
After the player was out of bounds, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 25, 15 yards to be added to the end of the run, first down.
What a way to start the third quarter. Here's Reed, a shifty freshman, and there's way out of bounds, and that wasn't the smartest move we've seen. We talked about lack of mistakes, and Todd, the only one that was really made in the first half was by Ponder. But you talked about the quarterbacks a couple hours ago. They're both playing well.
They're both playing very well. Both teams are throwing the ball well. One difference, though, Miami ran the ball for 52 yards. Florida State only 17. I think Florida State needs to establish their run a little bit so they have a play-action threat.
Here's Ponder, who's going to throw on first down inside the 40, so he picks up about 8 more quick yards as he got that one to Richard Goodman. And the guy that we talked about has been trying to come back, Colin McCarthy, just anxious to get out on the field. And hopefully this is just a cramp. He's not moving either leg. But you would think at halftime that hydration would have taken place.
You know, Brad, I mentioned the running game, and 52 yards doesn't sound like a lot of yardage running for Miami, and it's not. But it's a lot more than 17, and what that does is it makes a defense play honest and respect the run.
Right.
And then what that does is it opens up your first down passing, it opens up play-action pass. In Miami, Ja'Cory Harris had 10 completions, but he was getting bigger chunks of yardage because they had the run threat. Christian Ponder had 15 completions, but smaller, dinky passes and not the same threat of the run. So I really expect to see Florida State, maybe even more 2 tight ends, and try to get their offensive line coming off the football to establish the run a little better.
Let's check in with Aaron.
Brad, thanks so much. Well, we just saw that penalty on Miami's kicker. You know, when Randy Shannon came out of the locker room after halftime, I didn't even have to ask him what kind of adjustments. He told me offensively and defensively, we got to stop it with these penalties. We are ruining great drives. Also situations, guys, 3rd and long. He said this team can't handle that right now. We have to stop putting ourselves in those situations as well.
Well, there's Bosher, the guy that the penalty was called on. I still think that Colin McCarthy is suffering from a cramp because he's just got that wooden-legged look, absolutely. And they were trying to stretch it out on the field. They're going to have to get him over the sidelines and try to get him hydrated, which apparently didn't have enough time to do in the locker room at halftime.
Well, the problem with trying to hydrate is that has to happen the night before in the morning of the game. You know, it's too hard to catch up at halftime unless you use IVs. That's about the only way you can catch up.
So here's Florida State now with a second down and short after that 8-yard pass by Ponder. Now they will try to go to the ground. And straight up the middle, Jermaine Thomas. Probably his best run of the day. The night, I should say. We hope you've had a good Labor Day weekend. We hope you've enjoyed our Dick's Sporting Goods kickoff weekend that started way back with NC State and South Carolina on Thursday night. Seems like 3 weeks ago. Jermaine Thomas, he's going to get the majority of the carries. Ty Jones has played a little bit tonight. Chris Thompson's a guy we could see, a true freshman. Ponder in the gun here on first down at the Canes 32-yard line, trailing by 4 in the opening minute of the third quarter. Ponder hangs in the pocket, down the middle, he's got his man. Rod Owens inside the 15. He just keeps mixing it up.
Well, Miami's playing a lot of coverage with those safeties splitting the field, and the middle is where it's open. Now, he made a mistake right before the half, throwing late down the middle. That time he threw on time down the middle and got the big completion.
So the worry was where the wide receivers were going to come from Florida State after a couple of good ones, and Preston Parker and Greg Carr graduated last year. I don't think they're having a problem here tonight. And Thomas slips. He's hit in the backfield by Andrew Smith and goes down for a loss on the play.
A little different formation that time for Florida State, too. The pistol formation where Christian Ponder, the quarterback, is in a shotgun and the tailback is right behind him. We didn't see that at all in the first half.
Well, call it second down at 10, even though he lost almost a yard. There's Jimbo Fisher. Jermaine Thomas gimps off a little bit. And Ty Jones is going to have to go back in there in that backfield. Miami trying to change up their personnel defensively. People running all over the field here as Florida State's got it at the Canes 13-yard line, trying to regain the lead. Ponder in the pocket to the end zone, and down goes his intended receiver. In comes the flag. Richard Goodman was the guy he was trying to go to, and there was a tangled mess in the end zone there.
Yeah, Goodman was trying to get to the back of the end zone. He was just...
Defense. A foul occurred in the end zone. The ball be spotted at the 2-yard line in advance of the previous spot. Automatic first down.
JoJo Nicholas, the free safety, number 29, is just going to flatten him. Right as he's going to the back of the end zone, Nicholas doesn't even look for the ball, doesn't do anything except try to knock the receiver down. And the ball's in the air. That's a penalty all the way.
7th penalty against Miami. And the Seminoles have got it at the 2-yard line. Now they bring in the beef again with Little, the up man in the eye, the lead blocker. Ty Jones is a tailback, 1st and goal. They fake it to him, and now Ponder goes down at the 10. They were going to try play action right off the bat, and Alan Bailey with the first sack of the night for Miami.
Yeah, that play didn't look right. I mean, I know Jimbo Fisher was trying to catch him off guard. It looked like either Ponder turned the wrong way coming out of center or something, but something didn't look right in the timing and the execution of that play, and it cost him with a big loss.
Looks like he almost might have tripped over his center's foot, too. You're right, there was something. He stubbed his toe or something, and it didn't look normal. Anyway, he's got more grass in front of him now, and he's going to run a quarterback draw. Ponder to the 5, to the end zone, touchdown.
Well, he made up for it. He may have gone the wrong way to play before. He didn't go the wrong way that time.
You got that right. 9 yards for the touchdown.
He ran right behind Ty Jones, and the right guard, David Spurlock, number 79, pulled up into the hole, and Ponder walked into the end zone.
Ty Jones got a big-time block on Randy Phillips, and that cleaned the way once he got down close. And there's a missed extra point. I don't know if he just missed that or somebody got a hand on it. So the freshman kicker had a long field goal, but he misses an extra point. Nonetheless, Seminoles have regained the lead, 16-14.
Best Western always gives you more.
Breakfast and fresh in-room coffee.
Free high-speed internet access.
Our free Best Western Rewards card.
Now you can get up to 4 times more. Just stay any 2, 3, or 4 nights between September 13th and November 22nd, and you can earn double, triple, or even quadruple points when you pay with your MasterCard card. AAA members can get even more. Use your points for free nights, airline rewards, gift cards, and more. Better values, Best Western. For details, visit bestwestern.com.
Domino's new bread bowl pasta with a free chocolate lava crunch cake is big news. But who gets the credit? Our chefs or accountants?
We bake pasta in a warm seasoned bread bowl.
Well, we came up with a price starting at $5.99.
We put chocolate lava in a cake.
Did I mention we made it free?
Chocolate lava.
Wait, I got one. It's free!
In the cake.
And we made it free.
Stick that in your oven.
Domino's new bread bowl pasta with a free chocolate lava crunch cake. A culinary miracle, a mathematical phenomenon.
This is a Honda Pilot, and this is the all-new Chevy Traverse. It has more cargo space than Pilot, including the most space behind the third row. And Traverse beats Honda on highway gas mileage too. More fuel efficient and 25% more room. Maybe Traverse can carry that stuff too.
The all-new Chevy Traverse, America's best crossover.
Troy! Big-time players make big-time plays. Talk about that fourth quarter interception.
Well, you know, I owe my gray hair to Head and Shoulders. It's for more than just dandruff.
Right. No, I want to know about the game-winning interception.
Head and Shoulders, the 7 great things for my scalp and hair.
Didn't ask about your hair, Troy.
You asked with your eyes, Trent. You asked with your eyes.
Head and Shoulders, 7 benefits, 1 bottle. Respect the scalp, dip the hair.
ACC football. College football in high definition is presented by Vizio.
Only had to go 46 yards in 6 plays in 3 minutes to take the lead, but a missed extra points could be costly. Ponder runs it in from 9 yards out to cap the scoring drive. Part of that drive started with Greg Reed's nice kick return, and Matt Bosher with the personal foul, trying to make the tackle way into the Seminole bench. So they started in Miami territory and covered 46 yards to change the lead for the 3rd time tonight. Hopkins, who missed that extra point, set the kick. He just doesn't like the short stuff. He likes the long ball. This one's about 5 yards deep, and Greg Cooper won't bring it out. Let's take a look at the touchdown again, Tom.
Oh, it's perfect execution. 3 key blocks. Datko's going to get this linebacker. Spurlock's going to pull around and get Spence right here. And then the last block, Ty Jones is going to get the safety Phillips, and Ponder's just going to follow those 3 blocks right into the end zone. 1, 2, and here's the last one. And he makes a great cut off the last block into the end zone.
That is perfect. Here's the extra point, though. And that was just missed time. The freshman kicker had a head start before the ball was even snapped, and he just shanked that thing. Nobody got a piece of it. But that definitely changes possibly what could end near the end of the ball game. It's a 2-point difference, not 3. 12 minutes and a second remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's been a good one. 54th meeting between the Canes and the Noles. Ja'Cory Harris going long in the middle. Complete to Darius Johnson. And Johnson, shaken up, might have landed on the football, but he's got it down to the 49-yard line.
Boy, this is a poor play by the free safety, Jamie Robinson, number 20. He really comes up to, I don't know what he came up on. It was a double move by the receiver, which was a nice route, but the safety, number 20, you see him chasing the play at the end, had come up on the fake. Watch Jamie Robinson come up, and then somebody runs behind him. You don't want your free safety sneaking up there and let somebody run behind you, and that time he did not help his corner.
Jenajay was the guy that was covering on the corner, and he obviously is going, hey, where have you been? 31-yard pickup.
I'll tell you, the story of this game so far for Miami has been their first down passing. I mean, they have been deadly throwing the ball on first down. The first half that happened, now right now, Ja'Cory Harris is 9 of 10 throwing the football on first down, and a lot of it for big chunks.
That's unbelievable. Harris, just a sophomore, put on about 10 or 15 pounds over the course of the last year, 6'4". And he has played very, very well tonight. Darius Johnson, the sophomore out of Miami, coming off the field after making the diving catch.
Again, I go back to that running game. In the first half, Miami ran the ball well enough to make Florida State respect it. And then on first down, they got to play it even up. It could be a run, it could be a pass. And Miami has been very good at throwing the football on first down because of the run threat.
They've got another first down here inside Florida State territory again. Cooper back in at the tailback. They fake it to him, and they give it on the end around to Travis Benjamin. Benjamin had some big plays like this last year, and he goes down in a major heat, but I think a flag flew in at the end of that one, too. Well, maybe not. There's a lot of bodies over there sliding into the Miami sideline. Genadjay made the tackle on the far side. No penalty. 2nd down and 5. Now they shift to fullback Hill back in the backfield with Cooper. And it'll be Greg Cooper. Only got about a yard that time. Florida State closed in a hurry. Dakota Watson, Nigel Carr are there to help on the stop.
Big play right here, I think, for the Florida State defense. 3rd down for Miami. They were not very effective on 3rd down. They were only 1 for 5 on 3rd down in the first half.
They didn't have to be. They're too good on 1st down.
I know that. They got all their big plays on 1st down, but they've got to convert here, and a good chance for Florida State to get a stop.
Behind Ja'Cory Harris and Javaris James. Harris throws, and James ricocheted off his shoulder pads, incomplete.
Harris wishes he could get this one back because it was a blitz. It was man coverage. He didn't have to rush it quite as much as he did, and I think that's what Mark Whipple's telling him right now. Let Javaris James get out in the route. Let him see the ball. You don't have to rush it. Set your feet and make an accurate throw, and that might be a touchdown.
I was going to say, had he waited that split second more, there was nobody in the middle of the field if he made that on the run. So Matt Bosher will punt. Chukwuma Genadjay is back deep for Florida State. Wow, hit that a mile in the air. Genadjay's trying to see it up there by the stars, and he did track it at about the 8-yard line. Great kick by Bosher. 36 yards long and about 60 in the air. Hey, coming up, my partner's Taste of the Town. I like the decor. I got a feeling there's some seafood involved here.
Hey, Ben Roethlisberger. Those Nike Air Marauder Ds you got there let you show your team colors. They're also lightweight and help you be agile. Which is crucial when you're moving around in the pocket. Got it? Yeah, man.
The Nike Air Marauder D cleats only at Dick's Sporting Goods. Better athlete, better team.
Welcome to Progressive. How may I help you? I'm looking for a deal on car insurance. I think we might have a coupon in here. There's an easier way. We've got the name your price option. You do? Follow me. You tell us how much you want to pay, and we'll build you a policy that fits your budget. And I still get great coverage. Uh-huh. Go ahead. You're the boss. I'm the boss of savings. More like the CEO. No glass ceiling.
The freedom to name your price. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
On a road trip, I map out the cheapest gas station so I can save a few bucks. We can spend it on
dog food, bags of it. So we use a credit card that gives us cash back.
It's always good to buy only solid colored wrapping paper. It's good for every occasion, like
new snowblower. I got it off-season, half price. It's a man machine. It's aggressive.
At Citi, we know everyone's talking about spending smarter, and we've got lots of ways to help, like credit cards with cash back. Because we all have to spend, so let's be smart about it. And that's why Citi never sleeps.
Hey guys, to help us describe Mike's Hard Lemonade better, I brought in a sommelier. Why would we need one, wouldn't it?
It's a lemony, semi-dry blend with bright high notes of expressive citrus for a palate-invigorating bouquet of refreshment.
Wow, that was great. Please tell me you wrote that down.
Now he drew Norm with a sword.
Fire sword.
For a refreshing change of pace, make it Mike's. Mike's Hard Lemonade.
ESPN's College Football Primetime. Brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. And Progressive Insurance. Visit Progressive.com.
Friday night in Tallahassee, Florida. State Capitol, where the Noles are leading. They've got the ball back, but they're inside their own 10-yard line. Up by 2. And Christian Ponder back near his own goal line to throw. Going to air it out down the near sideline. Tips. Incomplete, intended for Fortson again. Brandon Harris, pretty good coverage.
Yep.
Right there with him.
Really good coverage because Brandon Harris is 5'11", and we've already talked about Fortson 6'3" with a big physical body, and Brandon Harris plays it perfectly. Comes right up between his arms, gets his hands on the football. Can't play it any better than that.
Nope. Brandon Harris, last year his first start was against Florida State. So second down at 10, just inside the 9. 4 receivers for Ponder, and again he's got that tailback behind him, and he'll use him. Ty Jones only about 2 to the 10. It'll be third down and long. Alan Bailey made another tackle. So Jermaine Thomas, when he limped out a little while ago, might be enough of a problem that Ty Jones has got to carry the load now.
Well, the 2 guys behind Thomas and Jones are both true freshmen. Chris Thompson and Lonnie Pryor are both true freshmen. Very talented, but not sure Jimbo Fisher wants to trust them in a game like this, particularly pass protection-wise. Not so much running it, pass protection.
Third down. Ponder going to roll to his left and throw deep in the middle, and incomplete. Taiwan Easterling, the intended receiver, and Jared Campbell was back there defending.
It's a nice defensive possession right there for Miami. They get the good punt. They got him pinned down. Yes, low scoring. Both defenses doing okay. Field position becomes critical. 3 and out, and get your offense back on the field.
This is where you want to be really careful with that guy right there. Travis Benjamin. If Sean Powell gives him 1 to return and he gets a block or 2, could be trouble. Here's the kick. He'll take it at the 46. And they do a nice job taking him out of bounds with 9:31 remaining in the ball game. Hey, it's time to check in with my partner, Todd's Taste of the Town.
Ricardo Wright.
The nearest beach to Tallahassee is 25 miles away, but you'd never guess that by walking into Cabo's Island Grill and Bar. The restaurant's owned by Mike Ferrara, who's a surfing enthusiast, and his partner Bobby Starker. The place actually started as a small taco stand across the street in 1989. The atmosphere is funky and casual, and the menu consists of a nice combination of Mexican dishes, fresh seafood, and some vegetarian creations.
Be honest, you called him a surfer dude when you told me about it.
He is a surfer dude.
Javaris James got planted for a loss of 2. Well, what'd you eat? Now that's what I got to figure out here. I didn't go with you this trip.
What I'm going with is one of the house specialties, the fish tostada. Starts with a grilled tostada, and then it's layered with some black beans and rice, some fresh black grouper, and then topped off with some peppers, mushrooms, and onions. Welcome back, college football.
Welcome back to the Taste of the Town. That looked good.
It is good.
We can use some of that right about now.
It's a healthier, smarter Taste of the Town this year.
Sure. You didn't have anything fried there. That's pretty good. Florida State's defense doing a nice job defensively right here, as there have been times where they've struggled a little bit tonight so far. But Mickey Andrews' crew is stiffening up at the right time, because great field position for Miami right here. And they may not be able to do anything with it. Good ball game so far, though.
It's an excellent ball game. It really is. And, you know, the thing about it is, right now it's a matter of which defense can come up and make a couple plays, because both offenses have been able to move the ball, throw the football, but right now it becomes a matter of which defense can come through.
Third down and 11. Harris in the shotgun. Rolls. Wanted it all. Now he does go deep. And into traffic and intercepted by Greg Reed. And Reed, the freshman's got his first interception as a Seminole.
You remember the mistake that Christian Ponder made? He threw late deep. You don't throw late deep. That's what Ja'Cory Harris did on this one. He waited, and then he tried to make it throw deep down the field, and Greg Reed was there for the interception.
So each quarterback's just made one mistake, and here's Ja'Cory Harris's.
The safety came over. There was double coverage. The throw was late. And again, that we've seen both quarterbacks make the exact same mistake throwing late on a deep route.
Well, they like this young guy, and I can see why. He's made some big plays after having one hit on him late in Miami's drive in the second quarter. But he has stiffened beautifully as both a defensive back and as a kick returner. And Miami takes their first time out of the second half. Randy Shannon on the sideline, his team down by 2. Let's check in with Aaron.
Brad, when I was talking to Randy Shannon coming out of the half, I asked him about Jacory Harris and his poise so far, and he said he was doing a great job making adjustments when he needed to. But he told me in this second half, as time started to go on, he was worried that Jacory would try to win the game all by himself. And Todd, I got to ask you, quarterback up there, young guy, first time at Doak Campbell Stadium. I mean, is that what he was trying to do right there?
Yeah, you're right, Aaron. I mean, it's exactly what he made a bad decision of trying to throw the ball late for a big play down the field. I mean, it's okay to take a shot downfield, but you better do it early into the route, because the longer you hold it, the more those safeties have a chance to read the quarterback's eyes. And we see both Christian Ponder and now Jacory Harris make identical mistakes.
We talked to Bobby Bowden about Christian Ponder. He made his mistakes against Wake Forest and Boston College. He threw 3 picks in both of those games. So far, he's only made 1 mistake tonight, but there you go. Every year, you get a little bit smarter on what not to do. So with the turnover, Florida State takes over with the lead and the ball at their own 18-yard line. Jones. Nice cut back in the middle. Tough run. Daryl Sharpton got him, but he picked up about 4. I wonder if Cabos is open by the time we get done with this ball game. It's almost 10:30 Eastern time. And here's Ty Jones. I'm sure he's been there to eat as well. Hey, a reminder, I want to tell everybody, if you want to win a $100 gift certificate to Cabos, you can log on to ESPN.com and search Taste of the Town and tell us why you deserve to win, and we'll pick a winner each week. I like that.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to be eating good. Go to ESPN.com, Taste of the Town. Ponder, quick throw. Ooh, that was dangerous. Rod Owen stretched out. It almost ended up in the hands of Chavez Grant.
I think it surprised Chavez Grant because it got to him so quickly. Ponder has been really accurate on those quick slants all night, but this one he threw a little bit high and a little bit hard, and it just got right up behind Chavez Grant, and he wasn't ready to make a catch.
Here's another big third down for Florida State at the midway point of the third quarter. They're leading by 2. A touchdown pass and a touchdown run by number 7, Christian Ponder, the junior quarterback. Porosky, his tight end, was in motion as he sets and throws to Porosky. First down and more. Inside the 45, the 35, onto the 37.
I like that call because I think, again, in the game of mismatches and matchup that favor you, I think they've got a matchup advantage with their tight ends. Both Porosky and Railford are both 6'7". They're both big guys who are going to use their bodies against smaller linebackers. I think that's a matchup that Jimbo Fisher can use more in this second half.
Porosky's dad was an All-American linebacker back in the late 70s for Florida State. He's had a touchdown catch tonight, the big third down catch there. Ponder deep middle, wide open. Richard Goodman to the 35 of Miami. A 28-yard pass play.
See, just a little bit more running by Florida State in the second half makes first down play action a viable option. They didn't have this in the first half. The play action holds the linebackers. When the linebackers are held, it allows crossing routes to come in behind them into big open spaces in the defense. The play action holds the linebackers. They have to respect the run, and then you've got nice areas between the linebackers and the deeper safeties to throw the football.
All the way to the 35-yard line. Now back to the run they go. Jones trying to take it wide. That's hard to do against most Miami defenses, and this one's no different. Joe Joseph made the stop. So the folks on the Florida State sideline told Aaron that Jermaine Thomas is okay, but we haven't seen him since he went out.
See, the other thing that running the football does is it gets your offensive linemen fired up, gets them excited, and it's like punching a defense or a boxer in the stomach, because it takes their legs away from them, because it's harder for a defensive lineman to play the run than the pass.
Only 32 yards on the ground for Florida State. Here's some trickery on the end around of Lewis Gibbons. Randy Phillips trying to collar him, but he can't. Somehow he got around Phillips' grasp, but he got a first down.
Lewis Gibbons is a senior. He's only 5'8", 170 pounds, a former walk-on, transferred from Mars Hill College. But he's a guy they like to get the ball in special situations. They sneak him on the field, and then they get him the football in space.
It's fairly easy to sneak on the field. He's one of the few guys at Florida State as a wide receiver that's not a big guy. Burt Reed's bigger than he is, and the rest of the guys, as you said earlier, are all in that 6'3", 6'4" category. Chris Thompson now, a freshman and a tailback. They fake it to him, and they throw it again to Easterling, and Easterling still on his feet, touchdown. Taiwan Easterling, 21 yards, and he did a lot of it on his own. They'll go for one here as Dustin Hopkins is in for the point after. This one up and hit the right upright, but it went through. Taiwan Easterling, a guy that didn't even know if he's going to be ready for the season opener. That's the way to open things up. On this Labor Day night, he weaves his way 21 yards for a touchdown.
T-minus 10 seconds. 9.
Open outer doors.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Reimagined, re-inspired.
America, we have reignition.
I recently rode into a town that had never heard of Yellowwood, much less Yellowfella. They didn't know about it protecting outdoor building projects against rot, decay, and termites, or that Yellowwood uses the first treatment process to be certified as an environmentally preferable product. So after a little while of getting to know these fine folks, I explained it to them. And together, we rebuilt that town. And then I left Rockwood. Though I understand they don't call it that anymore.
In a personal injury claim, the insurance company protects the best interests of the person who caused the accident, not the best interests of you, the victim. At Fonville, Lewis, Foot & Messer, our goal is to protect you. Before you make any decisions regarding your case, take advantage of our free consultation. Let us help determine what's best for you and your family. Don't settle for less. At Fonville, Lewis, Foot & Messer, personal injury law, it's all we do.
College football prime time on ESPN. Currently on ESPN2, 4-seed Novak Djokovic on 1-0 facing Radek Stepanek in U.S. Open play. Roger Federer also a winner on Monday.
How many yards rushing does Florida State? Florida State yards rushing right now for me, too. Ja'Cory
Harris, the interception to Greg Reed led to the touchdown. by Taiwan Easterling, number 8. What a great story. Ruptured his Achilles tendon. That's not a great story, but that was in off-season conditioning. He didn't even play in the spring, and they said, will he be ready? And a lot of people said they'd never seen somebody come back from one of those kind of injuries as quickly as he did, and he just gave his team the lead, 23-14. Greg Cooper from about the 9. Cooper's got an opening. Cooper, 40. Midfield for Cooper, needs a block, cuts back inside and all the way down to the 30-yard line. Great return by Greg Cooper. That's how you have an answer to a touchdown.
This is poor coverage by Florida State. They get out of their coverage lanes. Look at that area right in there. I mean, there's no red shirts. I mean, he was out to the 30-yard line before there was any Florida State coverage man down there. I mean, you got to be disciplined in those coverage lanes running down the field.
Todd, for a lot of last year, they didn't have the luxury of having him as a return man because Javaris James was banged up and didn't play in a lot of games, so he couldn't do that. Yep. But they love him as a return guy.
I can see why.
Second straight start for Miami in Florida State territory after a 63-yard kick return. Ja'Cory Harris, the throwback's got a man wide open and got his tight end, Epps. And Epps is almost to the goal line, down to the 2. You talk about coming back from a 82-yard drive by Florida State and having an answer with a long kick return and then that play, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, this is kind of a tricky, nifty little play by Miami. They put Epps in motion. He came from over here, and then watch. He's going to just get over here and pause. He's going to hesitate, and then he's going to cross the formation. And Florida State lost track of him. They thought he was blocking. They thought he was not involved in the play, and he snuck out the backside of the defense for a big play.
Now Javaris James, who's already got a touchdown tonight, is in the backfield again. They move Epps, the tight end, in motion. They fake it to James. And throw incomplete. His intended receiver fell down. Mike James coming out of the backfield. And he might have had a chance at the goal line for a touchdown, but he slips. Again, the new offensive coordinator, Mark Whipple, mixing it up nicely tonight, as is his counterpart, Jimbo Fisher, for Florida State. Harris will come up under center. He's got Hankerson in the backfield, and now they split him out to the near side. They're going to throw again on 2nd and goal. Maybe. Harris, he's got to throw it away.
Good discipline by Mickey Andrews' defense. He talked about we've got all this speed, but if we don't have discipline, it's no good. 2 plays in a row, they've shown discipline. They were disciplined on the bootleg on 1st down, and they were disciplined on the play action on 2nd down.
Now the question is, can you run it on 3rd down and goal just outside the 2? Miami's only 1 out of 7 on 3rd down conversions.
Well, one thing that Miami has not shown, but might be an option here, could be a quarterback draw for Ja'Cory Harris. They've not shown it.
James behind him. The stretch play to Javaris James. His cutback this time won't be good enough. Got away with it earlier in the ballgame on the other end of the field, but not this time.
Good defensive possession in their own territory. After they gave up a couple big plays, they really tightened up on the goal line. All 3 down. Very disciplined. Good leverage. Good flying to the football. And forcing the field goal attempt.
This should be a chip shot for Matt Bosher, who was 18 out of 20 last year. And it's basically an extra point. An 18-yard field goal attempt from the left hash mark. Matt Pirelli will hold. Bosher with a kick, and it's good. So they wanted 7. They had to settle for 3 after 2 great plays, including the kick return and that throwback pass to Epps, the tight end, who got it down to the 2, but they could get it no further. Florida State 23, Miami 17.
We've had quite a sequence here. The touchdown for Florida State a while ago. Easterling is going to go in motion, and the play-action fake is going to hold these linebackers. We talked about the importance of Florida State running. Just a little bit of fake freezes the linebackers, and then Easterling is able to slip out for the touchdown. But Miami, not discouraged, comes right back. The ensuing kickoff, and Greg Cooper gets a big-time return to get them all the way into scoring territory on one play. A couple big passes by Ja'Cory Harris. They don't get it in the end zone, but they get 3 important points.
And here was Javaris James, who went right and cut back on the other end of the field, this time going left and cutting back, and ran into a swarm of Mickey Andrews Seminoles. Came up short. There's the guy that got him down to the 28-yard line, and it's a 5-play drive in 1 minute and 45 seconds for the field goal. 23-17. So still a 1-possession football game here with 3:12 remaining in the third quarter. Bobby Bowden trying to go to 15-0 on his home field in openers with the Seminoles. So Bosher will kick away, and Taiwan Easterling, who just scored a couple of minutes ago, is back with Greg Reed, who had a really nice kick return of his own here in the second half. And it's going to be Reed from the 6. And Reed trying to get to the corner again. Got a block. He's pretty nifty. Reed, 40. Bosher, the only man left. Second time tonight he's done it. 51 yards on the kick return.
You just can't take a play off in a game like this. You can't expect your kicker to have to make tackles.
No foul. Late hit out of bounds. The defender pulled up and did not hit the runner after he's out of bounds. First down.
I mean, you talk about momentum. I mean, football is a game of momentum. Miami scored. They got a big kickoff return. They want to get their defense on the field in good position. And Florida State comes right back with Greg Reed, and now all of a sudden they're knocking on the door again. We've seen back-to-back kickoff returns set their teams up in great field possession.
Greg Reed, the freshman out of Valdosta, Georgia. Lowndes High School. His fellow defensive backs, the older guys, say, I wish I'd have had that much confidence when I came in to camp that he's had. And he's shown it tonight with an interception and 2 long kick returns. Let's check in with Aaron.
And Brad, when Miami needs this defense to hold the most, this is when they're suffering. I sat here and watched them over on the bench when the offense was out there. We've got Colin McCarthy back, linebacker, who just had an IV who was cramping up. We have Randy Phillips over on the sidelines. He's cramping up. This defense is either winded or they're complaining to the trainers that whenever they move, they start to cramp.
Phillips is not a good guy not to have in there, that's for sure. Second down and 10. Jones. Nice tough run inside again by Jones inside the 40 to the 39.
And with that report from Aaron, all the more reason for Jimbo Fisher to say, keep pounding, run the football. We like our offensive line, even though we don't have our starting tailback in Jermaine Thomas right now. Take more out of them. Make this defense get more tired as we head towards the fourth quarter.
Third down and 5. I always look for where Porofsky is. He's on the right side, the tight end. 3 wideouts for Christian Ponder in the shotgun. Ponder waits and goes across the middle, complete. Another first down throw to Goodman. This is just surgery by Christian Ponder in that it's not a go-to receiver. It's taking his reads and going to the guy that's open.
You know, you hear that old adage in football, tell a quarterback, take what the defense gives you. Take what the defense gives you. That's what he's done. With the exception of one play tonight, he has done exactly that. Where the open man is, where the matchup is, that's where he's gone with the football.
It's his 5th different guy that he's gone to on third down for a first down. That alone's pretty impressive. First and 10 now. Ponder again. Lofts it. He's got a man in the corner. Nope. Fortson lays out for it in front of Sam Shields. Incomplete.
Not a bad idea to take a shot there.
Yep.
You know, Sam Shields is the fastest guy on the Miami team, runs a 4.240, and yet he was beat on this play. It's a perfect throw by Ponder. I mean, you want to throw that over his outside shoulder, away from the defender. A perfect throw that Fortson is not able to come down with.
And you see Christian goes down to his knees and bounces back up, knowing that it was just that close. 2nd and 10 at the Canes 29. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here's a throwback. Tried to slip. Avis Comack through the traffic, and it's incomplete. So now it's 3rd down and 10. And Ponder limping a little bit now.
I think we're seeing also with Miami that they've not been able to get much of a pass rush with a 4-man rush. And again, we mentioned in the first half, their projected starters at defensive end, neither one of them here. They're both injured. They're playing young guys, new guys, and they've not been able to get to Ponder very often.
Now Ponder takes his time, steps back into the shotgun on 3rd and 10. Now they got some pressure on him, and he dropped the ball. First time they came around the corner, Marcus Robinson stripped it out of Ponder's hands, and Miami's got it.
Marcus Robinson beats Zebri Sanders, number 77 on the play. Just flies around him on the outside. He's going to beat his man, get a hold of the quarterback. Probably could have been a holding penalty on Sanders on this play as well. Gets around the outside, hits the ball with his left hand, and Miami comes up with it.
Just when you said they weren't getting pressure from their ends, it's like Marcus heard you. He came storming around the corner, knocked the ball out, and Josh Holmes recovered it. So there's another key turnover, and Miami takes over. At their own 39-yard line. Play action. Harris. Deep middle. Man is there, and it's complete, and it's Travis Benjamin on the run again. Benjamin down to the 32-yard line. Doing what he did a year ago. Pickup of 29.
Boy, their play action passes, their first down passes tonight have been outstanding. I mean, you get excellent protection that way because the defense has to pause a second on their way to the quarterback to make sure it's not a run. And it's a great opportunity to get big chunks of yardage. The linebackers buy the fake, and you have holes in the middle of the field. And Ja'Cory Harris has made a living on first down tonight.
I'm not sure I've ever seen this many first down passes in any league. Now it's Cooper. And he got a yard or two. Corey Mangum with the stop. And we're winding down here in the third quarter. The final 45 seconds. We haven't lacked for big plays tonight, partner. If it's a run, might be the final play of the third quarter. Miami's worked it to the Florida State 30-yard line. Ponder's been big with a touchdown throw and a touchdown run, but he's been intercepted once, and the fumble led to this Miami drive. Here comes everybody for Florida State. Harris just trying to get rid of it. Throws a jump ball and flags it down at the 5-yard line. Patrick Robinson was back there in coverage.
Pass interference. Number 21 on the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
Not the kind of birthday present Patrick Robinson was planning on giving himself.
Florida State is bringing everybody. They're bringing pressure, and amazingly, Ja'Cory Harris gets enough on this ball under duress because Jacoby McDaniel put a real shot on him, and the ball was underthrown, and because it was underthrown, that's what drew the contact from Patrick Robinson.
So it's at the 15-yard line. Patrick, the senior, a Miami native. First mistake he's made tonight. Ja'Cory Harris trying to take advantage of it. Inside handoff to Cooper. Cooper takes it outside. Inside the 5. And out of bounds.
Well, what a great run, though. The little stop and start. I mean, he stepped in and broke out, and then he did it again, a second time in the run.
There, his left foot went out as he was diving for the pylon. I think you're going to see right about there. Now, where his body was, it's another story.
Yeah.
Wow. What an effort by Cooper. And this one's going to be reviewed, I think. With a second left. Nope, no seconds left. It's going to be the end of the quarter. It is. End of the quarter. 3 completes. We've loved having Kenny Chesney along with us on this kickoff weekend. Do it one more time there, KC.
It's time to blow it up, time to lock and load, time to take the field, time to start the show. This is our moment. This is our time.
The 40th season of Monday Night Football, coming September 14th.
Guys, we need to talk. I know we're back at school now, but you're going a little overboard with the new phones.
Yeah.
Mom, just because we're Facebook friends does not mean you can write "I love you" all over my wall.
You know, other people can see that.
Dad, cool it with the Twitter updates, okay?
I'm sitting on the patio.
I know you're sitting on the patio.
Now at the back-to-school sale, get great deals on messaging phones for the family, like the Motorola Rilo for $29.99. Verizon Wireless.
After a war destroyed humanity, life took on a new form. But the eternal struggle between good and evil raged on. Rated PG-13.
Floppy hats at 10 o'clock. Closest to the track, but farthest from reality. Excuse me, sir. Pardon me, ma'am. Good, honest beer at a tasty price is neck and neck with hoity-toity atmosphere. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And y'all gonna find out today because you're about to lose this highlight. Woo, your head almost hit me in my face. We want to hand this out to the people really watching the race. It's a liberating landslide blowout victory for common sense.
Entering the fourth quarter, Florida State at home leading 23-17. The last play of that quarter as Greg Cooper heads to the corner, his left foot sliding out of bounds. And sometimes looks can be deceiving from angles. Look at the right. It almost looks like his body is in, but on the left-hand side, you can see his foot's going out, and he's nowhere near the goal line at that point. So it's first and goal at the 2. Remember, they had first and goal at the 2 last time, and they had to settle for a field goal.
I bet they don't throw on first down this time.
They're going to give it straight up the gut to James, and he didn't get anywhere. Javaris James hit by Dakota Watson. Dakota Watson, the captain of the defense, a top returning tackler. Mickey Andrews coaching him up. Chuck Amato, the linebacker coach, former head coach at NC State, who was here before he went to NC State. Those guys been around a long time together. And now James stays in there on second down and goal. with an extra lineman, and Harris just was never comfortable in the huddle. And there goes the second timeout. We'll take one as well. 14-13 to go in the ball game. Florida State, number 18 in the country, leading Miami by 6.
These two here, guys. It's all good, man. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. You know what? Follow me.
There you go, guys. Enjoy the game.
Heineken Light, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, can you pass me one? Please?
Heineken Light. Give yourself a good name.
What can you learn from Tony Stewart?
You gotta sell stuff you love. People have to trust you. You are what you endorse. So any questions?
Why is nobody buying my Estrada glasses? Hello? Estrada.
Look at me. I got 1 million of these Care Crushers on load. Nothing. How do you do it, Tony? Look, endorse things you believe in. Like me and the Whopper. I endorse it because I love it. Okay, you lost me on that one, Tony.
Estrada.
Whopper, flame, fresh taste, endorsed and loved by Tony Stewart.
When I think of value, I think of Wrangler. Always have.
Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. Built comfortable. Priced right.
You can pay more, but you won't get more.
Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans.
Introducing the Gatorade Limited Edition Jordan Series. Collect all 6. That's G.
Wood finishing projects can feel too big to tackle, but Minwax always makes it easy with rich wood stains and clear protective finishes. It's that simple. Minwax makes and keeps wood beautiful.
Tomorrow night at the U.S. Open, razor-sharp Serena Williams looks to continue her title defense, while injury-stricken star Rafael Nadal faces a tough test against Gael Monfils. The U.S. Open tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on ESPN2.
After the game on SportsCenter, Oklahoma's national title hopes in jeopardy. We've got the latest on Sam Bradford's shoulder. Derek Jeter eyeing an all-time Yankee record. Which National League pitcher may have grabbed hold of the Cy Young? After the game.
Following the timeout, let's see if Miami's got it straightened out. They've got an extra lineman on the left, 2 tight ends set. Javaris James in the backfield. He'll get the call. Didn't get there.
Florida State was offsides, though. They got the stop, and they tripped him up, but they were offsides on the outside.
So we'll give him another crack, half the distance to the goal.
Offside, defense, left end, half the distance to the goal, still second down.
So that's second and goal at the 1. Or inside the 1. Harris had a chance with the penalty call to trot over briefly to the sideline. And now he'll break the huddle, and he's going to hear it from the Seminole fans down there in that end zone. James and Hill, the fullback, behind him. He'll take it himself, and he's in. Touchdown, Miami. Ja'Cory Harris on a quarterback sneak.
Did a nice job running right behind Orlando Franklin, the left guard. 6'7", 318, pretty good idea. He kind of leaned into the center, and Ja'Cory just slipped his slender body right in behind him for the touchdown.
Remember that missed extra point by Florida State? Miami hits this one. That's the difference in the ballgame so far. And now they're reviewing the play. I don't see where there's any doubt.
Doesn't look like it.
His legs were still moving forward. He hadn't hit the ground yet. Unless they're seeing something we're not. Looked like a nice, clean 1-yard quarterback sneak. Jim Flanagan talking to the replay officials. I think he's happy with his decision.
After further review, the ruling on the stands, touchdown.
So Matt Bosher's upcoming extra points could give us another lead change. He didn't miss any last year. He hasn't missed any tonight. Matt Corelli will hold. Long way to go, but the Hurricanes are in front. 10 unanswered points. And the 4th lead change of the night. There's the freshman kicker that missed an extra point earlier, but hit a big, big field goal. 24-23. Miami in front. .43 remaining. One of the folks that made the trip from Miami happy, at least temporarily. Fear the future. That's what they hope. And you do envy the past when you've got 5 national championships in the last 25 years. There's your scoring by quarters. The touchdown here in the 4th puts Miami in front. Reminder, college football continues on ABC Saturday afternoon. Big battle in the Big House. Fighting Irish go into Ann Arbor. Charlie Weiss and Rich Rodriguez hoping to take a big step forward this season. College football on ABC. Notre Dame, Michigan, Saturday at 3:30 Eastern Time. Both with pretty impressive wins in their openers. With Todd Blackledge and Aaron Andrews, I'm Brad Nessler. Nice to have you along with us on this capper of our Dick's Sporting Goods kickoff weekend. It started about a month ago, and we've got 13:43 remaining. Started Thursday night, in all honesty, and had some good football. This has been one of the best games so far of the weekend.
Well, this has been a game of plays and then answers, scores and then answers, and both teams have done it. Both teams have responded, and it's probably going to come right down to that.
Short kick. Almost fumbled right there, but it'll be good field position. That's another one of those short kicks tonight that's going to give, in this case, good field position for Florida State. They'll start from the 36-yard line. We came into this one talking about quarterbacks. Yeah. Both these young guys have looked really good. Ponder, of course, is the upperclassman, but Ja'Cory Harris, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. I mean, he's got such poise, you know, and he's got great leadership skills. Plus, he can really throw the football. Right. You know, he's an excellent young quarterback. And I think the other thing we're seeing, both these teams, we talked at the very top of the show, they're both close to being back. Yeah. You can see it. There's a lot of skill. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of fight in these teams. And the winner tonight takes a major step forward, not just in the ACC, but in the state of Florida and recruiting. I mean, this is a very significant game for both of these teams.
Absolutely. And remember, Florida State ranked 18th coming into this game. So if Miami could go on the road in Tallahassee and pull an upset, that'd be a huge feather in their cap because they've got a tough schedule coming up. There's the quarterbacks, 264 and 276, each with an interception. Harris with a touchdown pass and a touchdown run. Ponder with 2 touchdown passes and a touchdown run. Not a bad night for either guy. Second down and 9. Christian in the shotgun. Quick throw across the middle, tipped and almost intercepted. Intended for Rod Owens. Brandon Harris was there along with Sean Spence.
That's got to be a catch for Rod Owens. At this point in the game, I mean, every play counts. And your quarterback throws it where he's supposed to throw it, and you've got to make this catch. Now you've got 3rd and long when it should have been either a first down or 3rd and short. Christian Ponder only 6 of 13 at this half after an excellent start, but that one there was not his fault.
And he's only hit 1 of his last 5. 3rd and 9. Ponder thrown out and incomplete. Richard Goodman got kind of turned around, and He was open. I don't know that he had gotten the first down, though. Bobby Bowden in his 34th season as a head man of the Seminoles, his 44th year overall. Sean Powell now to punt. Travis Benjamin has had another big night for Miami. He might get a shot at this one. He does from the 31. Nice coverage, though, by the Seminoles. So we got about a yard on the return. And we're back on campus. Brought to you by the movie Sorority Row. Bobby Bowden on campus, as I said, for the 34th year. 2 wins behind Joe Paterno. 309 have come here at Florida State. 27 consecutive bowl appearances. And talking to him the other day, I said, Coach, I remember back about 30 years ago when you were the guy taking on all the big names and big schools and running all the trick plays, and now you're the hunted. And I said, which is more fun? He said, I kind of think those end-around passes and stuff were kind of fun. He's still having fun doing it. Again, they'll throw on first down. And Harris, this time incomplete, intended for LaRon Byrd.
Yeah, only the 3rd one that he's missed on first down. He was 11 of 13 on first down before that play. Make it 11 for 14 now, but that's where they've gotten their plays. That's where their big chunks of yardage have come. It's good for protection. It's good to hold linebackers. And Miami has really capitalized on that.
Looks like Mark Whipple had a little bit of a headset problem over there. They're going to the spare, as we call it. He's all hooked back up. Hopefully he's not talking to the defense. He's got his offensive guys in his ear. Hit the right button. 2nd and 10. Harris
looked to throw a screen, it looked like.
Yep, his safety valve is Cooper, and he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage, or barely.
And this is where Ja'Cory Harris needs to be smart. Again, at this point in the game, a 1-point game, you've got the lead. This is the area where Florida State typically likes to get you on defense. 3rd and 10. They'll bring their nickel defense in, their fast pass rushers. You're Ja'Cory Harris. You want to be smart with the football right here.
Big 3rd and 10 with 12 minutes remaining. Harris in the shotgun, and here comes some speed off the corner, and he's hit as he throws. It's intercepted. Going the other way is Marcus White. Touchdown! Was he intercepted for a score, but Ja'Cory Harris looks like he's hurt.
Well, we saw a quarterback walk off holding his right shoulder a couple days ago, and that's what Ja'Cory Harris did at the end of this play. Again, it was Greg Reed, who has had a big-time night for the Florida State Seminoles, who made the play.
He made the hit, that guy with the interception.
Ja'Cory Harris hurt his right shoulder last year, the last ball game of the year, then re-injured it in the Emerald Bowl on a similar play. Watch Greg Reed hit Ja'Cory Harris's arm. His right throwing arm, as he throws, Greg Reed goes right into the arm and hurts the shoulder. The ball gets it fluttering up in the air, and the interception return for the touchdown. Again, this kind of game, that situation, you got to just take care of the ball. Now, I don't know what else Ja'Cory Harris could have done there other than eat it and punt. But that's the worst thing that could have happened to Miami.
Remember, we talked about backup quarterbacks. A.J. Highsmith is a true freshman. He's the only guy, and there he is, warming up. I mentioned at the end of last season, Robert Marv, who had been a starter last year, transferred. And then Taylor Cook and Cannon Smith in the same week, 2 redshirt freshmen, transferred late this summer. The cupboard's almost bare, partner, on the quarterback scene, except this young guy. And you didn't want him in a game this big this early. Florida State's going to go for 2.
Again, that missed extra point earlier in the game. They're only up right now by 5. They need to try to get it to a 7-point lead.
Almost looked like Miami was offside, but they hold their ground. And now Ponder for 2. Throws, caught. And it's Goodman for 2. A 7-point game now. They got their point back. 5th lead change. What a game. But now the question is, who's the quarterback on the ensuing drive for the Canes? 31-24 Florida State.
Someone is killing the sisters of Fatal High.
She's really dead.
Someone they'll never see coming. Sorority Row, rated R, in theaters Friday.
27 consecutive bowls. 12 conference titles. And 2 T-bones. My man. Hot Bobby. Oh, Hot Bobby.
The more you save on insurance, the more you'll have for football. Are you in good hands?
Go.
When you search for a car at Autotrader.com, we send more cars your way than anyone. A lot more cars. So you can narrow it down by model, the color, even the price. When you search from the largest selection,
That's the one.
you get the car you want at the price you want. Autotrader.com, the ultimate automotive marketplace.
At Legacy Toyota, we'll give you 3 ways to save when buying a pre-owned vehicle. 1. Choose from hundreds of certified pre-owned Toyotas, all with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. 2. Get wholesale direct vehicles starting at under $10,000. 3. Special financing is available with rates starting at 4.99%. Remember, at Legacy Toyota, you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and membership in our exclusive MVP Club. Get to Legacy Toyota and discover 3 ways to save more money.
For our best selection of pre-owned vehicles, get the Legacy Toyota now.
This is a public notice. Major Florida piano dealers out of business. Inventory has been repossessed and relocated to the Tallahassee Mall for immediate liquidation. Major brands include Kawai, Yamaha, Steinway, Pearl River, and Essex. Save thousands on the piano you have always wanted. Uprights, grands, digitals, new and pre-owned. This is a final sale of repossessed pianos and it won't last long. Jim's Piano in the Tallahassee Mall, 2415 North Monroe Street next to K Jewelers, 205-5467.
SportsCenter right now, Melanie Oudin and Roger Federer, both winners today in U.S. Open play. Novak Djokovic in action right now on ESPN2. And the news out of Norman, relatively positive for Sooners quarterback Sam Bradford. He will not need surgery, is still expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks with surgery with the sprained shoulder. SportsCenter right now on ESPN News, and we'll follow you, Brad, after the game.
All right, Wendy, thank you. That is good news for Sam, we hope. But that picture is very close to the one we saw with number 12 a couple of minutes ago walking off the field. He's warming up. He's been trying to shake his fingers a little bit as if he's trying to get feeling in his hand. It appears Jacory Harris is going to try to take the field for Miami. As Florida State's taking the lead on that interception, the second of Harris tonight. Greg Reed, the freshman out of Valdosta, Georgia, had something to do with both of them. One, it was his interception, and in that case, it was his hit on the arm of Harris. Greg Cooper from the 7th. Cooper out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. And he's coming back out.
Well, here's what happened the last time he was out there. Greg Reed is going to come in on a little zone blitz. It's only a 4-man rush, but they kind of fooled the offensive line of Miami. He gets free and goes right for the arm of Jacory Harris. The ball gets away, flutters up into the air, and Marcus White takes it in for the touchdown.
Florida State was offside on their kickoff team. And so they're going to kick it again.
Yeah, I'd give Cooper another chance if I was Miami. He's having a good night at it. And we talked about the backup quarterback at Miami being A.J. Highsmith. His dad, Alonzo, a great running back for the Miami Hurricanes in the day. And he's a talented young guy, but You know, 2 weeks ago, he probably thought he was going to redshirt and just learn the system and maybe be on the, you know, maybe Randy Shannon would bring him along to travel just to kind of get him indoctrinated to it. But 2 redshirt freshmen leave on the same day. All of a sudden now he's not just holding the clipboard. He's one play away from the starting job.
He went from 3rd or 4th string to maybe snapping that chin strap on here in a second. So Greg Cooper huffing and puffing a little bit, but he will get another crack at Dustin Hopkins' kickoff.
I'm not so sure I don't kick a hard squib on this one and not kick it up in the air and let Cooper catch it on the 10 or 15, because they have not had good coverage on the high kicks.
And this one might come down at about the 25-yard line if he doesn't get all of it. And if Cooper gets ahead of steam, he might be in the midfield before anybody knows where he is. Well, he did get a deep kick. Nice job all the way back to the 3-yard line. Cooper. Well, it all worked out for the best for Florida State, in fact.
And Brad, because Sam Bradford has been the talk of Labor Day weekend, I did ask offensive coordinator Mark Whipple about their backup quarterback, A.J. Highsmith, and he said, look, when everybody saw Sam Bradford go down, every coach, assistant coach just cringed because everybody worries about their number 2 quarterback. And if you don't, you're a bad coach. But most teams only have a number 1 quarterback. And Randy Shannon had said it all week long. A.J. Highsmith, 18 years old, we don't want to play him if we don't have to.
He's standing over there at the ready behind Coach Whipple, but it's Ja'Cory Harris under center. And flags fly, and this one's another false start.
Offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Orlando Franklin. He looks at his other linemen, including A.J. Trump, the center, as if to say, did the snap count wrong, or what was the deal there? 3rd false start penalty against Miami. 11 and a half minutes to go. 31-24. Last year, it was 41-39. But we didn't have this many lead changes. Harris, middle screen, blown up completely. In fact, the ball, I think it's incomplete, which is probably just as well. Nigel Bradham had it read beautifully. It is incomplete, and that's actually a good thing for Miami.
Yeah.
The fans, 81,077 on this Labor Day night's matchup with the Canes.
And once again, Florida State has Miami right where they want them defensively. 2nd and long. Not able to do that first down play-action pass.
On the ground, but it's only going to be about a 2-yard gain for Lee Chambers. Greg Reed, how about the freshman? No wonder all the upperclassmen are saying, I wish I had his kind of cockiness and confidence when I was his age.
Well, he's only 175 pounds. And he's 5'9", 175, but I'll tell you what, certain guys play bigger than their program says they are. He does.
He's got an interception, 2 long kick returns, a forced interception, if you will, and there is just plain good heads up, making a tackle football. 3rd and 15. Miami only 1 out of 9 on their 3rd down conversions tonight. And here they come after Harris. Throws complete. Hankerson made a nice move, and he got the first down. Boy, tough move first to get around a guy and then to power his way.
It was a nice move by Hankerson, but it was a bad play by Patrick Robinson, who was in coverage, because he took a bad angle for the tackle. It was 3rd and long. All he has to do is make a normal tackle after the catch, and they're punting. But he took a bad angle, and that's what Mickey says. That speed is great, but if there's not discipline with it, it can be a detriment. In that case, it was a detriment.
We approach the 10-minute mark. The drive stays alive for the Miami Hurricanes. Ground game's not getting much for either team. Lee Chambers is brought down by Craig Yarborough.
This Yarborough is an interesting story to me. He attended Tallahassee Community College in 2006 and 2007. And then he walked on at Florida State. Redshirted his first year here. Did not play a down last year in 2008. And tonight on Labor Day, the opening game against Miami, he's the starting defensive end for the Seminoles.
And he's not a very big guy, 6'2", about 235 pounds, but he's playing his heart out tonight. 2nd and 10. Harris in the shotgun, but he'll keep it on the ground to Chambers. And a swarm tackle after a pickup of maybe 4. Kendall Smith led the way. Well, the clock's going to wind under 9 minutes here now. A 7-point game. Miami needs a touchdown and an extra point to tie. Bobby Bowden pacing that sideline for the 44th season. 34 of them here.
Yeah, there's still a lot of time for Miami. 9 minutes left. But one thing to keep in mind, they've burnt 2 timeouts already this second half. They only have 1 left.
They did the same thing in the first half. Harris, plenty of time and running out of it. Got away from Dakota Watson. Now he loads, fires down the middle, and he's got Benjamin again. Benjamin still on his feet. And Benjamin's got a first down in Seminole territory at the 38-yard line. Another pickup of 21. And the athletic ability and escapability of Ja'Cory Harris kept that play alive.
You know, and he's so calm that it almost looks like he stops playing. I mean, he just almost kind of stops and floats.
It almost looked like there was a whistle right there.
I thought there was a whistle. He's just kind of floating back there, and he eludes Watson. And the best thing he does, what you want a quarterback to do, is even though your feet are moving, you want their eyes to stay downfield. And that's the reason he was able to find Benjamin.
He's passed for 300 yards now tonight. And he's got his team a first down inside the 38-yard line of the Seminoles. Maybe to the 34 is Lee Chambers. They'll bring up 2nd down and 6. And we're under 8 minutes. They're going without a huddle here to try to hurry things up a little bit. Meanwhile, Florida State kind of trotting some guys to the sideline. Looks like Dakota Watson is either hurt or gassed. I don't know if he ever got off the field. Pass is incomplete on the far side.
I think what Dakota Watson was trying to do was trying to make the referee not let him snap it until he got back on sides.
I don't really think he was to the sideline when they snapped it, but it was close enough, I guess, that it wasn't a problem. 3rd and 6 now. They've converted 3rd and 15 and 3rd and 6 on this drive so far. Nicky Andrews, defense trying to come up with a stop. The Hurricanes trying to convert on the 9th play of the drive. Trailing by a touchdown. Harris over the middle and a crossing pattern, and it is a first down. Ron Collier again.
I'll tell you what Ja'Cory Harris does really well. I mean, he's done this all night. He retreats ever so slightly when the pressure's coming, but he still has plenty enough arm to make the throw. Watch him just feel the blitz coming and retreat just a little bit. A little back pedal, just enough to get away from the pressure, and then still make the accurate throw on the crossing route against man coverage.
And timeout. With 7:21 remaining, Florida State takes a timeout as their defense is on its heels a little bit. You can see, and we saw them, Todd and I, practice about a week and a half ago, and they ran a lot of gassers after a long 2-hour workout, and their practices have been more up-tempo. Everything they've done this year has been a little bit different as far as their training. So, but still, this is the first game of the season, and everybody's tired.
Well, and you've got adrenaline, and you've got energy, and you've got all kinds of changes of emotion and momentum, and it's different than practice, and it's different than running gassers, and we've seen it affect both teams. We've seen cramps on the Miami sideline. We see both teams having to take timeouts to rest their teams. And,
well, this is a big game in the ACC, obviously, for these two teams. In ACC headlines, Jonathan Dwyer, Georgia Tech, picking up where he left off last year, scored on the first play of the season. And Georgia Tech beat Jacksonville State. North Carolina won their opener. They had a bunch of offense against the Citadel. Must have had Paul McGuire playing linebacker for the Citadel again. Virginia and Duke losing to William & Mary and Richmond. Those are the two black eyes from the weekend. And then, of course, NC State could muster virtually nothing against South Carolina last Thursday night. So This is the best game so far involving ACC teams, but this is the one where they're playing each other, and it's an old rivalry that dates back to the early 50s. It's for bragging rights in state, in conference. Bobby Bowden is 14-20 against Miami in his career. Wasn't a great spring for Bobby either. He got shingles. Said, I always thought shingles sounded kind of cute, like it wouldn't be that bad. Said, you don't ever want shingles. First down. Just inside the Florida State 25. Looks like the Noles are going to come with pressure. They will. Harris is going to loft one to the corner. Cooper's got it for a touchdown. 24-yard touchdown on a long pass from Harris to his tailback, Greg Cooper.
What a great route by Cooper. A great call by Mark Whipple. They took Cooper and they put him out as a wide receiver. And what the response from Florida State was to put a linebacker, Kendall Smith, out there. Watch the fake slant. The linebacker bit, and then he goes to the corner, and the linebacker, Kendall Smith, had no chance. A beautiful call, and again, matchup. Where do we have a matchup? They got a touchdown out of it.
Greg Cooper bobbled it, kept his concentration, basically caught it twice in the corner of the end zone. He's had a big game too. Extra point by Bosher is good. I don't think you want to go anywhere. I know it's been a long weekend. 7:14 left. 31-31.
He ran off with his secretary.
Oh, enough! You get half and you get half. Team 3, Boathouse.
Oh, yeah. His and hers.
Van Gogh.
Steven.
Mansion.
Let you go.
Boss, what are we doing with the Shih Tzu? Joint custody.
Get work done now. Communicate in less than a second with Nextel Direct Connect. Only on the Now Network.
We all need people who will be there for us in life. People who say, we're with you, no matter what. At Wachovia and Wells Fargo, we're with you. When a house turns into a home.
Excuse me, Rufus.
When a passion becomes a career. When a relationship turns into a lifetime. And when times are tough, but life presses on. We're with you when you need someone to stand by you. Wachovia, Wells Fargo, and you. Together, we'll go far.
Whoa! Namdi Asamoah. Man, it is scorching in here.
Come on in here, man. It feels good. Look, if you want to be a beast, you gotta stay cool in the heat of the moment. Try this. It's cold. You ready? Let's go.
Nike Pro Hypercool apparel at Dick's Sporting Goods. Better athlete, better team.
Here's another 90ism with Natty Light. Today's word is catastrophe.
Catastrophe, the unfortunate loss or destruction of one's natty light. As in, once Bill took his eyes off the prize and put them on Natalie, the party turned into a complete catastrophe.
Natty Light. Now you're talking.
ESPN's College Football Primetime, brought to you by the terrifying thriller Sorority Row, only in theaters Friday.
Well, the 81,000 plus have gotten their money's worth tonight. Greg Cooper with the touchdown catch, capping a 73-yard drive, and we've got a tie ball game. Here's a squib kick down the middle, trying to keep it out of Reed and Easterling's hands. And it does a good job of that at the 30-yard line. Well, there's Dustin Hopkins, a freshman kicker. Remember, he ignited the crowd with the longest first field goal ever by a Florida State player of 52 yards. Here was a miscue. He got going a little too early. That missed extra point's the difference in the game. And he hit the upright with his last extra point. The reason we're telling you that, Florida State only needs a field goal to win should they put a long drive together. And nothing would be more fitting than to cap a Labor Day weekend with a freshman trying to kick the ball to win a game. He might not have to. Ty Jones blasts his way for the biggest run of the night for Florida State at 27 yards.
Great job blocking by the right side of the Florida State offensive line. David Spurlock, the right guard. Zebri Sanders, the right tackle. Watch these two guys just open the way. The pistol formation, the give to the tailback deep, and he just kind of reads. It's a zone play. He just looks for the crease. Excellent execution by the Seminoles.
First down at the Hurricane 43-yard line. Now Ponder will give it off to Jones again. Jones, same play. Down to the 34, maybe the 33. Very close to another first down.
They call that the stretch play because the back wants to stretch until he sees a crease, and anywhere he sees one, he can cut back. As long as you secure the backside and don't let somebody chase the play from the backside, you're okay. In this case, the way they're securing the backside is Ponder is faking the bootleg, and that's holding that backside defender.
They'll give it to Jones a third time in a row. Both hands around the football to the 29. 6 minutes left. Pick up of 5 more. Boy, the sophomore, 203-pounder out of Tampa, is really the workhorse so far for Florida State here in the late going of the fourth quarter. He's got 41 on this drive. Last year was Antoine Smith, who had 2 big touchdowns and a near 100-yard night. Now it's Ty Jones. This time he slips on his own and lost a yard.
Well, you want to do 2 things here if you're Florida State. Obviously, you want to score, first of all. You want to take the lead. But, you know, you won't feel too bad if you use a bunch of clock in the process, because you've already seen that your defense is having some problems stopping Jacory Harris and the Miami offense. So you want to put as much duress on them as you can when they do get the ball back.
Florida State 4 straight runs. Jermaine Thomas is in there now in the backfield for the first time in a long time. Porosky, the tight end, is in there as Ponder in the shotgun is going to throw complete. And it's Thomas trying to get away from the defender, and he can't. Maybe got 2 yards, and you see he's still limping a little bit.
It's a nice tackle by Chavez Grant, because again, you know, when you throw the ball out short to somebody in space, it's a one-on-one tackling situation, and a missed tackle results in a long gain. It's a short throw, and you hope the guy can make one guy miss or break one tackle, and Chavez Grant doesn't let go. He waits till somebody comes to help, and it's a short, minimal gain.
Here's the third down of the night. 3rd and 8. And here comes a blitz from the Canes. Ponder lofts it to the corner. Incomplete. Intended for Rod Owens. Sam Shields was covering.
You know, Sam Shields has only been a corner for a few months. Right. I mean, he was a wide receiver the first part of his career. He's very fast, and I think the problem here is the ball's underthrown. Shields never sees the ball. He's just playing the receiver, but the ball's underthrown. If that ball is thrown a little bit deeper, Shields has no idea where it is, and I think it's a touchdown.
If you've ever seen Florida State and Miami, you know about all the wide rights and then one wide left. This from 45 yards with 4:16 left would give them the lead. The freshman with a kick on the way, and it is perfect. So for the second time, Dustin Hopkins from long range, this time from 45. And at least temporarily, he's given Bobby Bowden and the Seminoles the lead. Can't do it any better than that.
Nope.
And a former All-American and All-Pro Derek Brooks on the sideline says, that's what I like about these young guys that can kick.
Well, there have been 17 games in this series between Miami and Florida State that have been decided by 3 points or less. That's where we are right now. Miami has held the upper hand in those games. They lead 11-6 in those games. However, Florida State, The last 3 games they've won in this series have been by that 3-point margin or less.
You saw Matt Bosher pacing the sideline. Both the punter and the kicker. His career long is 52 yards. If it comes down to a field goal to tie, we could be looking at overtime, and Ja'Cory Harris would just like to end it in regulation with a touchdown drive.
Well, I've been impressed with both of these quarterbacks. I mean, both of them look so much more comfortable, so much more confident than they did on tape from last year. And they have both played outstanding games. And really, Christian Ponder was maybe a little better in the first half, and Ja'Cory Harris, I'm not so sure he hasn't been a little bit better in the second half.
So Hopkins, who just hit the big field goal, will kick off. Greg Cooper has been sensational as a return man. I think he'd like to keep it out of his hands if he could. And they'll try to do that. And it's a line drive taken by one of the up man at the 40-yard line. It's still going to be good field position at the 41. Jordan Futch is the guy that did it.
Well, you know what? Everybody wondered, could Ja'Cory Harris take a hit? I mean, would he be able to withstand the punishment? He's tall and skinny, 6'4", 190. He took the hit, and he came right back. And he hit 3 huge third down plays on their last scoring drive. 1 for 16, 1 for 21, 1 for 9. And then he went deep for the touchdown to Greg Cooper. A great call at the right time. But Ja'Cory Harris showed something in that last drive coming back after the hit.
He's 18 out of 31, 334 yards and a couple of touchdowns to 8 different receivers he's gone. Career high night. Now he's got 4 minutes and 1 timeout to work with. A field goal to tie, a touchdown to win. Harris, quick throw across the middle again to Javaris James. And Javaris has got it out near midfield. Plenty of time for Miami. 3:50 and counting. Pickup of about 7, 2nd down and 3. He's been very comfortable with those crossing patterns tonight. This time, James on the ground. And he's not going to get to the first down marker. Well, maybe he will. He got a lot closer than I thought he was going. An extra surge at the end. I still think he's about a foot short, but we'll wait and see until they unpile.
Stop was made by Dakota Watson.
And they're going to measure.
Again, the advantage you have if you're Miami is you've got 2 backs that are built about the exact same way. Both of them 6 foot, 205, 208. You keep them fresh, you keep rotating them, and they keep slamming into that defense that's got to be fatigued at this point in the game.
It's not quite a foot that I was talking about. Less than. So 3rd down and inches with 3:25 remaining in the ball game in regulation. They need to get it to the 49-yard line. Fans are trying. It's been a long day and a long night and a lot of tailgating. Trying to help out the Seminole defense. Now Fox shifts over the tackle on the right side. They're overloaded that way. They'll go that way. And Cooper's got the first down. Greg Cooper, tough run. Only needed about the length of the football, and he got a 1.5 yards.
Florida State is forced to play some guys in here in the defensive front. Right now they've got a true freshman, Jacoby McDaniel, number 99, who's in there. Bud Thacker is a senior who has played some tonight but has a toe injury and is not playing very much, so they've had to play some younger guys, and now it's a crucial time of the game when you got those young guys in.
Do they bring any pressure on Harris here in the shotgun on first down? Throws again, completes. And Hankerson goes out of bounds on the far side. Greg Reed knocked him out. Pick up a 5. And that stops the clock with 2:32 remaining. What a way to start the football season for these two teams.
Well, we talked about the importance of this game for both of them. They both want to get off to a good start in the league just for the rest of their season. We talked about the early schedule for Miami, how brutal. But you know what? Florida State's is pretty brutal, too. Yeah. We just saw a BYU team that they play in a couple weeks up in Provo that's going to be serious.
2nd and 5 at the Knowles 42. Harris play fake. Scrambles up in the pocket and throws long, and he's got a man out there.
Oh, my gosh. What a throw.
Travis Benjamin out at the 2.
Pass was complete to number 3, Travis Benjamin.
40 yards. The same guy that did it for the Seminoles a year ago. Number 3, Travis Benjamin.
Yeah, but it was Robert Marr playing last year, and it wasn't this guy. Great job of just maneuvering in the pocket, but again, keeping his eyes downfield. Not panicking, finding more time in a throwing lane, and then a perfect throw on the flag route right over the shoulder to Benjamin.
Travis Benjamin's caught 4 balls for 128 yards on the night. And we've got a timeout.
The previous play is under further review.
So the timeout's for review. If everything stands as is, it's a 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Here's another look.
You only have to have 1 foot in. There's the catch.
From behind, Benjamin.
Wow. You know, he had his left foot down, but the question is, was the foot back up before he had possession of the ball? Because the right foot landed out of bounds.
That was kind of one of those mid-air things.
Yeah.
I think so.
Toe looks like it's still on the ground.
Yeah. Oh,
and
man.
It was called a catch.
It
so
was.
It's got to be.
That looks pretty good right there.
Yeah.
It looks like his instep or his the ball of his foot is bent inside his spike right there.
Wow, what a throw.
Some great looks the guys are giving, not only the replay officials, but us, because that was a boom play there. And as it appears, as Todd said, it's called a catch on the field. Here's the call.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. 1st down.
What a huge play. 40 yards to the 3. Now remember, Florida State's got a timeout left, and they would have, depending on how things go, maybe a minute and a half to work with. It just all depends on what Miami does right here. They might just kind of blast it, and hope they can get it and use clock at the same time. Corey Harris, since taking that big hit from Greg Reed, we didn't even know if he'd come back in. How about 7 out of 9 for 122 and a touchdown? 1st and goal, Miami. Trying to regain the lead here late in the 4th quarter, and Greg Cooper's got it. Touchdown. Wow. Cooper, a 3-yard scoring run. And the Canes are back in front. The extra point, if it's good, would force Florida State to have to score a touchdown to win. Nothing's automatic, so Matt Bosher will come in for an all-important extra point. And it's good. The 6th lead change of the night. And Miami, with 1:53 remaining, in command for the moment. But Christian Ponder and Florida State have 1:53 and 1 timeout to work with, but they need a touchdown.
Well, take a look at this touchdown. They had 2 fullbacks in the game. Travaris Johnson, number 23, and the other one is Patrick Hill, right there, number 30. Both fullbacks got key blocks on this play, and Greg Cooper just followed them in. There's 23, there's 30, and there's the touchdown for Miami.
38, 34.
Boy.
And Benjamin's catch from 40 yards from Ja'Cory Harris is what set up the score. There's just been some great individual performances tonight. This guy's been part of it. Benjamin, obviously, huge receptions. And Jacory Harris growing up in front of our eyes.
He's been spectacular. And again, for Christian Ponder, I mean, he started off, had a great first half. He's cooled off here a little bit in the second half, but he's going to have to get hot real quick.
Ponder's 7 out of 16 in this second half.
And again, that missed extra point, you know how big? They've got to score a touchdown here. They can't settle for a tying field goal. They've got to go for touch.
Hopkins has done big things, but he'd like to have one kick back for sure. We said it when it happened. It could change the complexion of the game. It has. And now Bosher is set to kick away. He's going to line drive it again. This should be good field position. Maybe better than good. Greg Reed again. They put Greg Reed in a spot where if they did do a squib kick, he could do something with it.
But Miami has done that several times tonight, whether it's the short pooch kick or whatever. And every time they've done it, it's kind of come back to haunt them a little bit. Now, I don't know if they don't think that Bosher has enough leg to get the ball deep. Maybe they better find a new kickoff guy, because this really helps Christian Ponder and Florida State.
Christian Ponder and the Seminoles are 49 yards away from a win. That's still a long ways to go. They need a touchdown. Ponder in the gun. Fires to the outside, complete to Burt Reed and out of bounds. Pick up with 8. As Todd said, this is a time for him to get hot again if he can. And that was a good, smooth start.
He doesn't have to get it all right away. They've got 1:43. He still has 1 timeout. And the mistake he made tonight, when he has made a mistake, has been throwing late, deep down the middle of the field.
2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground to try to get the first down, and they don't get it. In fact, they lost one. Colin McCarthy, nice play by the linebacker. So now it's 3rd down. Of course, it's 2-down territory, so that's not a big problem. They go without a huddle, and now we might have another player cramping up. We got a Hurricane down. And Marcus Fortson.
Well, the fans are booing, but it actually is good for Florida State because it stops the clock. I mean, the clock would not have stopped on that running play.
The play clock, they're going to add 4 seconds with an injury to the defensive player here with a 3rd down and 3. Gives Randy Shannon's defense a chance to talk things over too a little bit. And Jimbo Fisher with his quarterback and his arm on his shoulder.
Yeah. So, I mean, for a critical 3rd down play, you get extra time to talk on the sideline. Now he goes out and you get your team all squared away on what the play is, so that as soon as they clear the field and the referee marks it ready to play, you're ready to snap the ball, play football. So the injury for Miami actually really benefits Florida State from a communication standpoint before this 3rd down play.
Reed and Fortson and Easterling, the wide receivers for Ponder. And he's going to keep it. And he's got a first down and more. Ponder, 20, all the way to the 11.
Well, Ty Jones did it again, the lead blocker.
Talk about a gutsy call.
Wow. 3rd and 2. Put it in the hands of your leader, your quarterback. And watch Ty Jones, number 33, lead up in there. Boom, right on the safety, Phillips.
Sean Phillips, Randy Phillips rather, has seen all he wants to see of Ty Jones tonight. First down, Florida State at the Hurricane 12. Trying to take the lead. Throw across the middle. Porosky, the tight end, has got it at the 4-yard line. 45 seconds. A timeout remaining for Florida State. Miami up by 4.
Clock is running, and they're switching personnel. This is going to take a little time for Florida State. It's not just line up and run the play. They switched about 3 different people, which is eating up some time for the Seminoles. Now Miami's trying to switch personnel. Meanwhile, the clock is still going.
And now timeout, I believe, taken by Miami.
But you know what? That doesn't hurt Miami, because all that time went off the clock because Florida State didn't call timeout and tried to change personnel for a more of a goal line type formation. Miami had to waste their last time out, but Florida State wasted a lot of valuable seconds trying to change personnel groups to get the play call.
You go back to some of the kickoffs tonight. Now, granted, we've had some excellent kick returns. Greg Cooper's done a great job. Greg Reed for Florida State's done a great job. But that line drive kick and having Greg Reed in the right place as an up man got him all the way down to the 49-yard line.
Well, and here's the problem. Both offenses have exposed the defenses. They've both moved the ball when they've needed to. They've both scored points. This hasn't been a defensive slugfest. So why put your defense in a hole by giving the offense a short field? At least help them out by making the offense go far.
23 seconds left. 2nd and 2. Florida State on the option. Ponder kept it.
Now they're going to have to call a timeout.
And he lost a yard. Colin McCarthy again. Jimbo Fisher, you can see the reaction in front of Bobby Bowden. Bobby's almost afraid to look right now.
See, the option fooled Miami last year. They weren't prepared for it. They weren't ready for Christian Ponder's running. Now, he's made a couple plays on the quarterback draw tonight, but the option, they've been ready.
Now, if they should do something like a quarterback draw, they would really have to hustle. This looks like 2 passes to the end zone with 17 seconds left.
This has to be. Now, you might roll him out and give him the option to run it in if he sees it, but I don't know that you can call a run at this point.
So everybody out of timeouts, everybody almost out of breath of 81,077 here, and all of you that are joining us to wrap up our Labor Day weekend of college football. What a show we've had in Tallahassee. Miami 38, Florida State 34, and that look pretty much tells the whole story. 17 seconds left. It's 3rd and 3. They can get a first down inside the 2, but it really doesn't matter because of the time situation and the lack of timeouts.
Now, the one guy that you may want to watch if you're Florida State is Porowski, the tight end. He's 6'7". He's right in here on the inside of the formation right now.
Ponder in the gun. Reed, Goodman, and Fortson his wideouts. Porowski, as Todd mentioned, is the tight end. Ponder, end zone, and flags down. I'm not sure that makes that much of a difference.
No. Pass interference. Defense number 1. Ball be placed on the 2-yard line. 1st and goal.
Miami got good pressure on Ponder. Josh Holmes came from the inside and I think forced Ponder to throw this sooner than he wanted to. There's the pressure, and the ball's high.
Yeah, he took a big hit. So now it's at the 2-yard line. But only 14 seconds left.
The only difference now, you can spike the ball if you run it and don't get in.
Ponder, the fade, Fortson, incomplete. Brandon Harris was there. 9 seconds left. 2 plays left. Ja'Cory Harris can only look on to his defense.
Well, that's good defense by Brandon Harris. You know, Fortson actually pushed him coming off the ball and didn't get called, and Harris was able to scramble right back in position to make the play.
We've only got time for 2 plays. This big ACC game has come down to this. Christian Ponder in the shotgun. Florida State at the Miami 2-yard line. Ponder backpedals, lofts it to the back of the end zone, incomplete. And now we've got 1 play to go.
Well, we saw Ja'Cory Harris make a poor throw for the same reason. Backpedaling and not setting his feet to make an accurate throw. And now it's down to 1 play.
You saw Bobby Bowden in Jimbo Fisher's ear a little bit there. He'll send his quarterback out. And it all comes down to one play.
Well, they got to get the play called and get ready. The play clock is down to 10 right now. You don't want to rush the snap here.
4 wideouts for Ponder. Rolls to his right. Throws. Caught. Touchdown. No. Incomplete. I thought Fortson had it. The Canes have survived. What a finish. What a ball game. What could have been for Christian Ponder. Here's another look.
Design roll, you give the quarterback the option. If it's not there, he might be able to run. He's got Fortson open. The ball is thrown a little bit low. But he had his man open.
Fortson going down. And just couldn't keep his hands underneath it. Wow. What a ball game. And you'll see the reaction. Florida State's thinking they've got it, just like I thought they had it. What a tough ball game. Christian Ponder thought it was a touchdown as well. And Ja'Cory Harris keeping his cool on the sideline. What a game he had. He's so tired he's just going to trot out there to celebrate. Here's one more look from behind Ponder as he let go. This is what he was looking at. The ball hit the turf as Fortson just couldn't keep his 2 hands cupped underneath it. And there you see the ball on the garnet grass in the end zone, but we are reviewing it. Official review just to make sure. What a sight after 4 hours. All the team down on their respective sidelines holding their breath, waiting for the official verdict. It'll come from Jeff Flanagan.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It's an incomplete pass, and time expired.
And now the celebration can start in earnest for the Hurricanes officially. It is one of the best games you'll ever see on an opening weekend in college football. Your final score, Miami 38, Florida State 34. And they've done this 54 times. I don't know that there's ever been one that's come down to the last snap in the end zone on a pass play. And Randy Shannon's got a huge way to get his season underway. And a deflating loss for Bobby Bowden and the Seminoles, who had plans to open up their season at home with a win. So for the first time ever, Bobby Bowden loses at Doak Campbell Stadium in a home opener. 6 lead changes. 3 of them came in the 4th quarter. Ja'Cory Harris, 386 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Christian Ponder, 294 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. What a game for the sophomore quarterback of Miami. Let's go down to Aaron Andrews.
Well, you were just Mr. Calm, Cool, and Collective through this whole game, but I have to ask you, as these seconds ticked away over here, what were you thinking on your sideline?
Man, I was just thinking, man, my team fought through this so long and so hard, all this preparation, and it came down to this. And, you know, our defense, I know they was going to pull through at the end because that's what they've been doing. They've been doing it the whole summer and just working hard.
I have to ask you this because we don't have a confirmation. What happened to your arm when you got hit?
Oh, man, it was just a bad funny bone incident. My whole arm went numb. And, you know, it's something that you got to fight through. I had to help this team win, and it ain't too bad, so I'm all right.
How were you able to fight through when your arm was numb and leave them on a scoring drive right there?
And I just had to throw it with my first 2 fingers. I couldn't grip the ball with my pinky, so just had to find a way to get the job done, and that's what I did.
Hey, go celebrate with your teammates. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right.
A tough night for Christian Ponder, a great night for Ja'Cory Harris, a great night for college football. What a finish. Don't forget SportsCenter is coming up next. Final score, Miami 38, Florida State 34. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Todd Blackley, Jaron Andrews, and our entire crew, Brad Nessler, good night from Tallahassee.
This is SportsCenter.
Man on a Cy Young mission. Chris Carpenter baffles the Brewers while the captain sets course for an all-time Yankee record. Oklahoma's title hopes already in jeopardy. How long till Sam Bradford can shoulder the load for the Sooners? Detroit makes its call while our expert says starting the rookie could be a mistake. And after his arrest, what's next for Sean Merriman? Well, sometimes he even amazes himself. Tiger having an MJ-like moment? See for yourself right here, right now.
Wow, that's going to be some cleanup.
See the daddy's got the napkin out. He's going to try and start working on it. Don't even bother. You just wait. Wait until the lollipop's done and then get after it.
Hey there, everybody. It is great to see you there. Here with Scott Van Pelt, I'm Matt Weiner. We are wrapping up the first 30 years of SportsCenter today, here nearing midnight Eastern time, while Florida State and Miami made us maybe a little nostalgic for a rivalry that may have been the best in college football back in its heyday.
Late 80s, early 90s, this game reminiscent of that. And frankly, the ACC needed a game and a night like this to remind people across America that they can play a little bit of football. 54th meeting all time. In this part of the world, that's how they do it. You know how the song goes. You know what the tomahawk chop looks like. But early on, Ja'Cory Harris, he's from down in Miami way, Northwestern high school style, up top. That's too easy to Travis Benjamin. Right out of the gates, Miami scores. What happens here is Corey Mangum lets Benjamin go. That's ill-advised because there is no safety help. And after this play goes to the paint, you see Mangum talking to his fellas, I'm going to need more help than that. 14-10 at the break. Third quarter, Christian Ponder. One of those dual threat quarterbacks. He can hurt you with his arm or his feet. Had been sacked on the play before, and just like that, Florida State back on top. Ensuing extra point. Here's Dustin Hopkins, a true freshman. He made a 52-yarder earlier and looked like his steps got all off here. You see he's stepping a little early, and this is just a dead shank. Hopkins afterwards, young fella, had focus on one of his wristbands. We need a bit of focus. Still third, Ponder. Good ball fake here. Gets it to Taiwan Easterling, and how many yards after he's hit? About 5 or 6, and it's 22-14 Florida State. This time it's Hopkins. All right, we had a hook, and it's like playing golf. If you hook one, you're probably going to slice the next one.